What's going on, everybody? Still Jedi here. Today, I just wanted to do a short video. A lot of people aren't talking about it. I'm going to do my reaction on other teams in the AFC North's draft picks and see how I see the AFC North panning out this year. Who's going to be top, then second, third, fourth. So, let's get right into it. The team that I think is going to be in last place this year is the Baltimore Ravens, not the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to have a better year than the Baltimore Ravens. I'll explain. So the Baltimore Ravens picked Marlon Humphrey out of Alabama, first round. There was a lot of people projecting the Steelers would pick him up. I was never really sold on him. To me, I think he is a product of the system, but he may prove us wrong. But for me, even SI.com, SportsIllustrated.com, has him as a C grade. I think that's perfect for him. He's a product of the system. He's not going to be very talented at the next level. I'll tell you that right now. And Tyus Bowser, an outside linebacker from Houston, although I do think they're going to try and put him in the inside linebacker rotation because they just lost Zach Orr due to the neck injury that he sustained that he wanted to stop playing football. And Chris Wormley, another good D end. I mean, they went outside linebacker. Really outside linebacker. 2 out of the 3 picks in rounds 2 and 3. But Wormley is a D end, although he could play outside linebacker. So let's just say he does. You went 3 outside linebackers, and I think your best one was Tim Williams. So he's the one I'm the most scared of out of all your draft picks this year. But you and Cleveland might be tied for last place. And then you got Nico Siragusa, good developmental player. Jermaine Illuminor, good developmental player. And then Chuck Clark, depth. He's a DB from Virginia Tech. In my opinion, you guys had a C or a D grade in your draft. So let's go to the third place team. The third place team is going to be the Cleveland Browns. So the first pick, Myles Garrett, I think we can all agree he was the best player in the draft. I hate how people saying he's lazy. Regardless, he's going to make plays. So that was a good pickup. You had 3 first-round picks. This is the one that killed me when you guys picked him up. Jabril Peppers, safety out of Michigan. He was in most of my mock drafts for weeks. And then you guys go ahead and pull him from right underneath us at pick 25. 5 picks before ours. So I don't think you guys are going to use him right. But hey, he's a hell of a player. So those 2 picks alone, I would give an A. Then you picked up David Njoku. I gave that a C-. Honestly, I mean, I know he's a good athlete, but he's not going to do much for you guys. And getting rid of Gary Barnidge is stupid because you're putting all your faith in David Njoku. Don't think he's that great of a tight end, but hey, who knows? Deshaun Kaiser, round 2, pick 20. That was a steal. That's probably the biggest steal that you had all draft. Good developmental quarterback. I think he can come in day 1 and compete for the starting job opposite of Cody Kessler or Brock Osweiler. I think he's going to be a decent quarterback, although I don't know. Cleveland, you haven't had the best success with quarterbacks in the past. So then round 3, Larry Ogunbajobi. Sorry. I really did not look a whole lot into him, but I have heard good things about him. So that's good. You're trying to build up your D-line because you are moving to a 4-3 system, so that's smart. So I would agree with that pick, an A-. Howard Wilson, corner out of Florida. Steelers were looking at him. He's going to be a sleeper corner. Great pick in round 4. Then you beefed up your offensive line. They already beefed up in the offseason with Roderick Johnson from Florida State. Great pick. And then you got Caleb Brantley in the 6th round, which was a huge surprise to me. Another great pick. Zane Gonzalez, don't know why you picked a kicker in the seventh. Oh, it's the seventh round, so that's okay. And then you picked up Matt Days, running back out of NC State. That is a fantastic pick. Honestly, I think he could come in, and it could be a Duke Johnson, Matt Days 1-2 punch. I really do not have all the faith in the world in Isaiah Crowell. So now it comes down to the dreaded but respected Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be almost tied even for the top of the division for most of the year. You look at what they did in the draft, and I'm not going to lie. Their first 2 picks I'm scared of. Not that I don't have faith in my Pittsburgh Steelers at all, but they got really 2 talented offensive players in the first 2 rounds. Somebody who I never thought they would get, they got John Ross in the first round. Who are you going to put on him, and who are you going to put on A.J. Green? If you put one on each, if you put Cockrell on A.J. Green, and you put Burns on John Ross, or even if you flip him, he's going to burn him almost every time. So we got to find a way to have some cushion for him to try and limit his big playability. I mean, he doesn't have the best route running ability, but his speed's going to kill us. He's not going to be another Dre Archer because he's played against higher talent. Look at what he did against Alabama. And now he's also a punt and kick returner. That's a fantastic pick for you guys. They say that was a B+. Fuck that. I would give that an A. A solid A, not an A-, not an A+. I would give that an A. I mean, he's going to be a solid player for you guys. And now you don't have to throw all your passes to Andy Dalton, or from Andy Dalton to A.J. Green. I mean, he's going to be a hell of a wide receiver. And as much as I hate the Bengals, as much as I hate some of the players like Vontaze Burfict, I respect the team. Just like I respect every other team in the AFC North. Because I am not athletic enough to play in the NFL. And to even be on an NFL team means that you have worked your butt off to get to where you are. You're not just coasting through life. I know it was a little rant, but whatever. Round 2, they got Joe Mixon. Keep in mind, if he did not have that issue with that chick that he punched, he probably would have been a first-round pick. He probably would have gone before Dalvin Cook, which I think he did, as well. But I think he would have gone, he could have been arguably going before Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers might have picked him up instead of McCaffrey. I mean, Joe Mixon is a talented running back. Now, here's the thing. Where are you going to play him? Did you guys get rid of Giovanni Bernard or Jeremy Hill? I don't think you guys did. So now you bring in a third running back. That's going to be an interesting competition. But to me, I think it's going to be Joe Mixon and Jeremy Hill as your 1-2 punch. And that scares me too. I mean, although you guys should be scared of our 1-2 punch, but regardless. Round 3, you got a bruiser in Jordan Willis. He's a hard worker. He's more of a power version of TJ Watt, who we picked up in the first round. Then you guys came back in the 4th round and picked up Carl Lawson. That was a steal in the 4th round, regardless of his injury history. Carl Lawson is going to be a freak for you guys. I'm putting money on it right now. And then you guys got Josh Malone, which was Josh Dobbs' number 1 target. And you keep going. Ryan Glasgow, great pick. Jake Elliott, kicker. No, that doesn't really do much. Center, J.J. Dielman, You guys need to replace some of your offensive line pieces. Okay, whatever. Jordan Evans, inside linebacker from Oklahoma. That's another great pick. Brandon Wilson, running back from Houston. I don't know where you're going to play him. Probably going to be a backup or a practice squad player at best. And then Mason Schreck, tight end out of Buffalo. There was another guy, I forgot what his name is, but he was the main guy in Buffalo. He was a better pick, in my opinion. But regardless, now you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt, round 1, give that a B-. I'm sorry, I'm not that impressed with him. I was earlier, but great. He has great hand skills. Okay. Does he have power? No. Does he have explosion? Not really. Does he have a repertoire of pass rushing moves? Not really. Get it. I get it. He was the leading sack production, or he was the production leader in sacks in the Big Ten, but whoop-de-doo. 1 year. It was a 1-year wonder, unless they bring him into Pittsburgh and really sit him behind James Harrison, and I mean sit him behind. I don't mean that you throw him right into the Wolves right away. So then we picked up Juju Smith-Schuster, round 2. Great pick, B+. Picked up Cam Sutton, round 3. It's going to be a great slot or nickel corner for us, but he could even play outside if we really wanted to. I give that an A-. James Conner in round 3 as well. I give that an A+. You finally found your power piece behind Le'Veon Bell, your 1-2 punch, and Bell's partner in crime for the future. Great pick. Great pick. Now you go to Josh Dobbs, C+. Great for the future. Not going to start this year, obviously. And people are saying he's not even going to be the franchise quarterback after Ben. I disagree. And people question his accuracy skills. I just say look at his Instagram. About 3/4 of the way down, he threw a 50-yard bomb, like in 3 different videos. 50-yard bomb. Hit the crossbar every time. He's pretty accurate. He just had no offensive line at Tennessee, and he had mediocre weapons at Tennessee. Then you go to the 5th round, Brian Allen, depth, project player, could potentially start on the outside in a couple of years. Round 6, Colin Holba. Let me go back to the Dobbs pick, like I said, C+. Then Brian Allen, C. Colin Holba, C. I mean, he's good for depth for the future. And then Keon Adams, C+, great depth for the future. Like, comment, subscribe. I made a steal. Be with you.